Home sweet home. There's no place like home. But at a certain point in your life, you don't know what home is anymore. Perhaps home was a person, a place, or a thing. But you found yourself at the end of your rope. And you don't know how much longer you could hold on for. All the tension, all the bad times, that's all you could think about. In life, all you have is the good times. But you're left beaten, destroyed. Life has taken it all out of you. There's nothing left. When the dust settles, there's just you. And it's always just been you. You're going to go through a lot of shitty, hellish places in life. Don't think you need to unpack and be done with your journey. Because I'll tell you one thing, if it's not good yet, it's not over yet. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for. But let me tell you something, cycle and routine. Okay, the only way to appreciate someone's success is to appreciate their struggle. Because the hardest thing in the world to do is to look in the mirror and be okay with what you see. And sometimes you're just not. You're desperately trying to fight and survive and become something that is worthwhile. Because you don't realize it yet. You don't realize to be seen incompletely and imperfectly is completely just fine. If there hasn't been rain in a while and the crops are going to die, you could either sit there and know that everything is going to be destroyed and nothing is going to work out, or you could stand up and hope. Hit a rain dance. Do something. Do something. The only way to change your life is to actually change your life. It's easy to sit here and think everyone hates you. It's easy to sit there and think that you can never get anything done. It's easy to believe that kind of stuff because it doesn't require any action. It seems like every time you ever try to start something, your physical body is at the beginning, but your mind is already at the end of the road, calculating everything that could go wrong, everything bad that could happen. You never stop and ask yourself, what if you can? What if you could be something different? What if it doesn't need to be that way? Just because one person hates you does not mean everyone else does. You get to a point where you realize everybody loves you, but nobody likes you. Because you feel like you have all of these people around you, but you feel like nobody has you. And that is the most isolating feeling you could ever feel. Because it doesn't matter about what you know. I can sit here and tell you that you matter, that you mean something, that there's some kind of purpose out there waiting for you. I mean, even if you found out why, you probably wouldn't believe it anyway. It's not your fault. It's the absurdity of it all. The existentialism of everything. It all just rolls off the tongue. It's all just amazing. Because life doesn't have to just suck. It can be beautiful too. But if you take all of the bad and roll it up into one big ball and shove it so deep down into your soul that you have no idea what's left, one day you will find yourself both mentally and physically exhausted of the world. Your soul will be exhausted. You won't know what to do. You will be broken. You will sleep away your days. You will continue in that same routine. You'll crawl back to the same coping mechanism because coping and compulsions are different things. Intrusive thoughts win most of the time. Because your mind is kind of like a cute puppy that shits on the carpet. You don't got to listen to it all the time. Be wary of it. Because sometimes it will feed you things that are lies. It will tell you things that are not true. 98% of the things that you worry about throughout your day-to-day never even happen. I spent the entire day wondering what was going to happen to me today, but the truth was, nothing happened. You know, because I didn't solve my problems through raw action. I sat there, I did nothing. And I realized that nothing will change if I don't. I've been there. I know how it feels to be on your last legs, wishing that something could be different. You know, but if you're not going to live now, then when will you? You know, because eventually one day, it will be your end. You know, and there will be nothing left for you to show. And that is when you will have to make the decision. The hardest decision. To choose yourself. Because you have so much love inside of you, why not give some to yourself? The things you say to yourself, that voice. You wouldn't be able to handle it if someone else told you those things. Oh, your earlobes are too big, or your fingers messed up, or your face looks weird. One day you'll realize that to be human is to be not perfect. Okay, we don't know what perfect is because we're not that. Okay, perfect is not waking up in the morning having everything go right. It's waking up in the morning knowing that things could go wrong. But you're going to go out there and you're going to do it anyway. Knowing that people are not going to like you, but you get out there anyway and try. Because it doesn't hurt to try. You know, even if you feel like you can't, even if you feel like you're bruised, battered, and nothing will ever work out for you, it probably won't. Because what you think is what you are. You know, if you continue to live in that mind, continue to go down that road, you know, you realize that the only way to truly be found is to get lost. And you realize that any road will take you there because this is your life. You don't have to follow the sheep. You don't have to do the same things as everybody. Why would you try to fit in when you were born to stand out amongst the crowd? To truly go out there and be unique. To hone your gifts. To try to figure out what it all means. You know, but let me tell you one thing. Sitting in your room all day, repeating that cycle, you realize it doesn't get you anywhere. You just end up back in the same spot. Yeah, well, let me tell you what that's called. That's called insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But it's copes. You cope with it. Maybe eventually one day you'll find a positive coping mechanism. Maybe you'll get out there, you'll start running. Maybe you'll start going to the gym. Maybe you'll find someone who really cares about you. Or maybe you won't. You know, because deep down, you believe nobody could ever love you. You believe that you were put here to love, not to be loved. But maybe your definition of love is a little bit twisted here. Allow me to give you mine. To be loved is to be seen. To notice somebody. You know, because it's not necessarily, you don't necessarily want to be saved from the hole. You don't want someone to come over there and be like, oh, come on, grab the rope. You just want simply someone to notice that you are in the hole in the first place. You know, and when you reach your rock bottom, you'll lift it up just to find a more rockier bottom underneath. But I'll tell you one thing, you reach your rock bottom when you decide to stop digging. When you decide to stop digging yourself deeper and deeper into that fuck pit. It's exactly what it is. Won't be anything else. Because you make it that way. You could either spend the rest of your time digging or crawling out. And I understand you have nothing left in the tank. You're at the end of your rope holding on. You might just think it might be better. You know, but letting go is the thing that makes it stay. And the moment you let go of everything is the moment you gain everything. If you replace your expectation in life with appreciation for everything, you will feel a lot better. Because the only way to feel good in life is to do good things. You know, to you, by the way. You're not going to go out there and take somebody else's idea, you know, because you're not, oh my God, you don't live through other people, do you? You don't take someone else's idea and make it your own just because they thought that way. Oh my gosh, this is a lot worse than I thought. isn't it? You're someone else. They want you to change, but you don't even know exactly what you're changing because you haven't found who you are. You're not on the search for happiness. You're not on the search for meaning. You're on the search for yourself. How to truly find your way back to yourself. It's a struggle. It's hard. You know? But one day when you do find yourself, when you finally shut the door behind you and lock it and start walking forward, there's a reason why the front view mirror is a lot bigger than the back. Because where you're going is so much more important than where you were. Okay? In life, you will go through shit. All shit. Shitstorm. And it will break you down and make you believe you can't do it. But really, you can. You know, and if you could just get out there and do it. You know, because you need to take raw action. Okay? I get it. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to make your bed. You don't want to talk to people. You don't want to go out in public. You just want to rot. Because that's easy. You know, it's a lot simpler going out there thinking you're going to lose and lose than going out there thinking you're going to win and then lose. You know? I'll let myself take away the pain. Why would I let the world do it for me? It's all odd. It all doesn't make any sense. But here we are. Fighting. Struggling to survive. Hoping that something will change. But nothing will. Because you're standing in the line of wanting to and not actually changing. Now, because you want to change. You don't actually want change. And the moment you stop that, the moment you realize that you need to take raw action in order to get what you want in life, is the moment that you could begin becoming different. You know, because it takes a person a very, very long time to realize how truly miserable they really are. And it takes that person even longer to realize that it doesn't have to be that way forever. That you really don't realize how great you could really be. Sometimes I don't think we're meant for all of this. Society, taxes, money, people. But then we do it anyway. And when it leaves us mentally drained, physically exhausted, with nothing left. But moments when you have nothing left, it shows your true potential. Because if you need to push the car, you get out and you push the car. Okay? Even when you know you can't. But hear me when I say this, everybody will get their chance. Everybody gets their chance, whatever you do. Art, draw, basketball, football, sports, whatever. It will not be that way forever. You know, good and bad things do not last forever. One day it will all wash over in a big holy water tide. And everything will be all right. Not because you think so. Because you know so. Because you're going to make it better. Okay, because you realize that life is not something where you need to duck. It is a game where you must create. And you create the world around you, whether you believe that or not. And the thoughts you think, the thoughts you feed, are unfortunately the ones that grow. Stay positive. Enjoy your existence as a human being. And just be kind. Because it costs nothing to be kind. To put a smile on one's face. Stay positive.